Welcome everyone to V8 Online's live and exclusive coverage of Race of Champions 3 thanks to Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Clutch Services and Derek Spears Designs. I'm your host Stephen Samman Clark. Joining me in the commentary box for this amazing race around Interlagos is Corey Slade. Corey, how's this one going to turn out, mate?
Hey guys, I think amazing is an understatement. This was going to be an absolute cracker. This car looks like a bundle of fun, and this track that hardly anybody knows. And a qualifying session where we saw a bit of everything, a bit of drafting, and some guys doing a few laps and then pitting, and then other guys doing 10 laps on tyres. And I just think it's got the everything we need for this one to be an absolute amazing race.
39 cars barreling into turn one. It's a tight left-hander with a little bit of a right-hand chicane in it. These guys are going to have their work cut out for them, and one of them is going to be thrown right in the thick of the action. It's Mr. Jay Kennedy. Jay, you with us, mate?
Yeah, got you, boys. I'm actually a bit worried. I think I should have handbagged my qualifying and avoided a bit of the carnage that's about to happen.
Yeah, I think it's on everyone's lips, the possible carnage at turn one. I think if you...
Oh, there's no possible. it's going to happen.
If you take it easy, Tiger, you could find yourself picking up 15 or 20 spots.
Yeah. Lead at the end of turn three by cutting across the grass or something. I'll think of something to avoid it.
Now, it's a flat-out sprint race, mate. 18 laps. So how do you think you're going to go?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The tyres start to come to you about lap 7 or 8. So expect the speeds of the guys to actually speed up after a few laps. The draft as well will keep it really, really close. It's going to be a really tight race up the front, and hopefully it is the whole way through the field.
It's actually interesting you touch on that because we just finished up, ripped up qualifying, and Shane van Gisbergen was out there 10 laps straight on his tyres, put down his fastest lap on lap 10. Admittedly, he did have a bit of a drafting help there from Scott McLaughlin, but interesting to see him go 10 laps on a set of tyres for qualifying.
Probably a bit like a few of the other guys, don't know how the car reacts after a few laps. So one of the few guys that actually played a little bit smart and got that longer run to see how the car reacts by the end of a stint. So we'll see a few guys not cope with the way the car reacts after a few laps. I get a little bit of drift going on.
That's all right. That's what everyone's doing. All right, mate. Well, we've got 2 minutes to go before warm-up's finished, and then we're into it. So we'll let you go and gather your thoughts, and no doubt we'll be checking on you throughout the race.
Thanks, guys.
All the best, mate, and stay out of trouble.
So as you said, so a minute and a half now to go until we all get up at 39 cars. I mean, I think we had yesterday about 35, so it's gotten bigger on day two. And tell you what, I'm already starting to get ready to duck and weave when we go down to turn one.
You're not wrong. It's obviously famous for Formula One incidents. These guys are in Formula One, they're the best guys in the world, and they still manage to have carnage at turn one. So, and they don't quite have the feel that we do. 39 cars barreling into that tight left-hander. It's going to make for a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely, it's going to be great. And just had word through also, it is a standing start, so we can confirm that now. And geez, that's going to be even scary now. I'm sure some of these guys have not even tried to get this thing off the line before.
Just watching a bit of action out of the pits, and Scott McLaughlin's rolled out of pit lane and jumped the fence. So, as if that's anything to look forward to, we're in for a cracker. But yeah, turn one is on everyone's lips, and like I said, I think if Mr. Kennedy can just take it easy going into turn one, he might find himself picking up a heap of spots.
Yeah, qualifying a bit further up the grid tonight might actually, be a little bit worse for you rather than being back in 31st. But just watching Scott McLaughlin again out of the pit lane. Looks like a couple of guys now are just getting ready, trying. Probably some of these guys get a little bit nervous. Geez, they're ducking and weaving as well, trying to find a bit of clear track and pull over for a practice start.
Yeah, practice start's not a bad idea here because a lot of these guys probably haven't spent too much time in these cars before tonight's event, and every car is totally different to get off the line. So it doesn't hurt to get a good feel for the way these cars react. When you dump the clutch.
Clock's finally run out now, so we're going to tick over to the race any second. So who's your pick now? We saw Madison get a pole, and we saw the draft become a real key factor there in qualifying as well. Could definitely going to make this one interesting. But who's your money on?
Oh, look, I'm impressed by Shane van Gisbergen's 10 lap stint in qualifying, so I'm going to probably have to go with Shane. Obviously, we know what he does for a living, but to see him to do 10 laps and pull out. Obviously, the fastest time was obviously a bit of help with drafting, but I'm going to go Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, I've got to say he's starting out at P3 is probably not a bad place to start, and he knows these tyres better than anyone else. You'd have to say now, after that qualifying stint. We'll wait for all the drivers to grid up.
So just quickly, top 5, Madison Down, Ben Cornett, Shane Van Gisbergen, George Maris and Justin Ruggier. As we get ready, the guys gridding up for the start. 18 laps around Interlagos. No pit stop. It's a flat-out sprint race. As
Looks like we're all good to go.
Look out for turn 1. We're underway. Good start there by Madison Down. All carnage back there in the field.
And we've got a car started to front straight. Before the start finish line, we've got a car facing the wrong way.
But can everyone get through turn 1? Oh, there's cars.
Oh, there's a car upside down.
Oh, that's Justin Ruggier. Ruggier's involved.
Andrew Carl's upside down. Looks like one of the TTR cars are upside down there as well.
Oh,
they're still running into each other. James Stevens has just collected Chris Tarrant. Oh, we've got no one upside down again.
Roll over.
Oh, man.
This is exactly what we feared, and one of the big contenders, Justin Ruggier, our Race of Champions, Season 1 champion, is out and dead last. He's got so much damage to that car, but got caught up in the incident.
Also looks like we've lost Joshua Moggelson somewhere. I can't seem to find him.
Yep, Muggo's crabbing big time back in the field. He's got major damage. So our past 2 Race of Champions are out, or got lots of damage. I won't say out at this stage, but they're going to have a big repair for them. Now bear with us, we're going to go through some replays here of that incident, but wow, we knew it was coming, and we didn't think it'd be that big, taking out some of the big names.
Oh, Josh Muppet looks like he's been hit by a spinning Ruggier and just launched the car into a roll, and then off the fence and continued to flip.
It's getting interesting up front though. Madison Down's got his hands full. Ben Cornett looking for a move up the inside, and they've thrown a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out, so that'll bring out a safety car, and that'll definitely help some of these guys that were involved and get back to the pits and repair these cars.
I think it's your turn to call the pitting list this time, to Sam, after yesterday's efforts.
Yeah, so many cars involved in that incident. I'm just going to quickly try and flick through the field. Probably, oh geez, it almost looks like almost half the field may have been caught up in that incident at turn 1.
He's still got guys like Joshua Muggleton yet to even make it back to the pit lane. He's got that much damage. Same with Stuart Woods also still in his way. It looks like Cal Watmore's in the lane. Desmond Hallam's in the lane. John Latham, Chris Tarrant's in there. Reece Gardner's in there. One of the surprise front-running guys, Andrew Carl's also in the lane.
Because Justin Ruggier is slowly making his way back to the pits, but I don't know if he can go much faster or he's worried about blowing that engine, but he's not far from going actually a lap down if he's not careful, but wow, Justin Ruggier, so much damage there, and right behind him Clayton Brooks. They're both just trying to battle to get back to the pits.
Also got Corey Osborne in there and Scott Fountain. The list just continues to grow. I tell you what, we predicted carnage, but that was absolutely insane. 3 or 4 cars. Oh, we just had an accident on a safety car as well. Sorry there. We've got Samuel Collins, I think it was. I saw someone launch at the back of someone else's car. If we can cut to a replay there.
We'll endeavour to try and get that vision to you if we've got it. We're just gonna, yeah, dude, he had contact. Looked like he got hit from behind from, was it Guy Leach maybe?
Trying to go back and find out.
Yeah, we're getting reports he just under safety car. He's tagged back, and Guy Leach has launched him in the air. So, bit of bad luck. We'll quickly run through the field as it was last time they crossed. We can definitely guarantee the top 10. The results may differ from there on back, but it's Madison Down over Ben Cornett, George Maris, Shane Van Gisbergen, Anton De Pasquale, Benjamin Rothberg, Scott McLaughlin in 7th, Ren Brookman in 8th, Richard Hampstead 9th, and Christopher Osborne in 10th. So,
and I can say, sorry, that Justin Ruggier is still trying to make it to the pit lane, and the safety car is coming up behind him. And looks like his car can't get up the hill. He's only just rolled into the lane now, and Clayton Brooks and Sean Kelly are also stuck behind him. They've only just been released, luckily, and staying on the lead lap. But I think Justin now will be over and out for this one, and he's going to go a lap down at least anyway. And there's still quite a few cars in the pit lane.
Yep, he's only just got to his box now, and the safety car's about to pass him, so that's going to put him a lap down, unfortunately. Some of these guys opting to go for a bit of a fast tow, or they managed to get back to the pits, but you can see Ruggie is now leaving pit lane, and the pace car's already gone past, so he's going to have to sit and hold now.
Yeah, he got in there. If he was in there probably 10 seconds a bit sooner, he would have got his fast tow and just stayed in the lead lap. It looks like Andrew Carl's managed to make it back out, but everybody else in the lane will go a lap down, unfortunately.
Now, I'm just looking through the order. Our Mr. Jay Kennedy is in P16. We'll see if we can have a quick chat to him while we're under safety car. Jay, it's exactly what we predicted, mate, but P16, you certainly made up a few spots there.
How did that happen? I don't know what happened there. I just made sure I was nice and steady and avoided everything, and yeah, a lot went on there.
Yeah, some of the big names, actually we're getting word now you're maybe in 14th position, but anyway, those orders will shuffle a little bit. Some big names taken out of this. I don't know if you've heard, but Josh Muggleton, we're hearing that Justin Ruggie has gone a lap down, so a big mix-up in this field for tonight's racing.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work out what's going on here. The guy's passing me that I don't think should be, so yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Alright,
sorry guys.
Mate, and we'll let you sort yourself out. We'll chat.
No worries. Thanks guys.
There's obviously a lot going on. These guys need to sort themselves out as where they are for positions, but
safety car lights are out as well, so we're going to return racing this time by. Looks like everyone's caught up to the back of the train as well, so
it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, we called that there was probably going to be drama, but I didn't think everyone would think that it was going to be this action-packed.
Oh, I certainly thought there was going to be a bit of chaos, but I did not expect to see, you know, the likes of Ruggier and Muggleton getting together, sending Muggleton into a flip into the fence. Then we had a couple other guys upside down, and it just continued to go on. And I think there was about 4 cars that rolled by the time we got out of turn 2, so I think a little bit more chaotic than we predicted.
Just having a look, I think Josh Muggleton finds himself 26th position. So Justin Ruggier, 1 lap down, 33rd position. So, wow. Well, fingers crossed we can get a nice clean start underway. We're going to keep an eye on that safety car, see if he peels in this time.
Lights are out, so we should be good to go this time by.
It's Madison Down over Ben Cornett, George Maris, Shane Van Gisbergen and Anton De Pasquale for your top 5. Race control will leave the safety car out if they feel the order isn't quite correct yet, so the lights are out at the moment.
We've got a car pulled over as well somewhere, so I'm not sure if there's still not in order.
Safety car's in, and we are green flag underway. It's Madison Down, barreling into turn 1.
There's a few gaps left in this field here. A few guys are going to be a little bit upset that they've lost out so much ground already, but they've actually managed to look like they're making it through turn 1 and 2 this time.
Shane Van Gisbergen, the big jump, went from 4th to 2nd on that restart and tucked right up behind Madison Down now.
Like everyone's managed to actually make it through this time, so
so a nice clean restart. This is exactly what we want. Race control going to clear some black flags for some people that unfortunately got caught up in those incidents.
yeah, it's good to see a little bit of confusion with cars ducking into the pit lane and some of these guys not used to the safety cars, so it's nice to see that the black flags are being revoked from those that probably unfairly got them. Unfortunately, you can't do much about that with the way the game hands them out.
Now up front, Van Gisbergen slipped back to 3rd. Ben Cornett on the charge now, right on the back of Madison Down. So Ben really showed a lot of pace in practice and qualifying, and looks like he's the man of the moment at the moment. He's really got some pace, and he's tucked right up underneath Madison Down. He'll get a huge advantage with the draft here.
Yeah, it was the quickest man in the warm-up from memory, and you know, in qualifying managed to put the thing on the front row, so Madison's going to have his hands full here, and looks like he's actually going to run side by side into turn 1.
A little bit of contact maybe there. Him and Madison Down come together. Looks like they'll both get away without damage though, but that could have been awfully close. Getting word that maybe Chris Tarrant is out of the event. Got caught up in that incident, unfortunate for Chris. We've got a
Yep.
bit of a 4-car breakaway up front though.
I'm watching through the field. You got guys ducking and weaving, trying to break the draft as well. So it's definitely definitely a lot bigger than I expected. That's for sure in this car. So we've lost Jay Kennedy. He's gone around and he's actually... Oh, he's got big damage. Not sure who else that was involved. Scott Fontaine. Well, that car is... Oh, they've got more in it. Reece Gardner's in there as well. Looks like Marty Atkins, Matthew Nethercott. So another big accident, unfortunately, taking out a couple more drivers, including Jay Kennedy after that stellar first lap. Like, he just lost it all by himself and...
So up towards the front, Shane Van Gisbergen, George Maris, Anton De Pasquale, these all guys battling out for that last spot on the podium. It's Ben Cornett leading over Madison Down. But a great battle with these guys, and hearing reports of 4 wide action coming into turn 1.
Hampstead now looking like he's a bit further down as well, in 15th at the moment. Lost a few spots, maybe been a bit cautious in the opening few corners, but charging his way back through now past Michael Korolev. Just ahead of him, Justin Ruggier, but unfortunately he's a lap down.
Yeah, it makes for a tough night's racing for Justin, doesn't it? When you're a lap down, it's, you know, the chances of getting another safety car are, you know, maybe a little bit slim. We're not sure. You never know with Racer Champions, but a good little battle back up front with Shane Van Gisbergen and George Maris.
Yeah, it looks like the front two have just pulled away just a little bit from these next two now. But George is going to be close enough to get a good draft here as well, so interesting to see if he can pull alongside down into turn 1.
Yeah, you definitely think the toe that these cars get, you think he should be able to get the job done. He's ever so slightly just creeping closer to the back of Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane will hold his line and make George go around the outside, but just can't quite get it done. He's going side by side, he's off. He's touched the grass, but now he's off. He has to regather. Maybe a little bit of contact between him. It's always a hard ask when you try and round the outside there, but I don't know, maybe there might have been a bit of contact, I'm not sure.
I didn't see any contact. He's rejoined behind McLaughlin now, lost 2 or 3 spots. Just looked like Shane went over to the left to cover and then moved back to the right. Oh. Maris now getting into the thick of it.
And someone's gone off in front of them too. That's Marty Atkins. So they've made up ground there. But George Maris went from battling up there with Shane Van Gisbergen, and now he's tucked up behind Scotty. So it's not over yet. Still plenty of laps. It's an 18-lap race. These guys still got about 11 laps to go. So, well, yeah, we've seen everything, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. And George has the pace, I think, to make his way back up there. It's a bit of a shame that had to end that way after. Looked like it was a good battle.
Getting reports that Jay's had a quick visit to the pits and he's on his way out now. So, unfortunately, got caught up in that incident. Looks like he might have had a bit of a spin on his own, but got collected. But he's back on track, which is good to see. Great little battle back here. Scott McLaughlin, George Maris. George up the inside, dives under brakes. Nice move up the inside of Scott McLaughlin. Great little battle here for 5th place.
So that draft, if you're close enough, you can pull right alongside them into turn 1, which is making it great. And another big straight here. It'd be interesting to see if McLaughlin now can get a big enough draft to make a move. Looks like George going to defend. He's not close enough yet. Look up the inside. Look at the way Maris is sliding off that corner, though. Absolutely insanity.
Great drive, and Maris knows he's got pace. He was recently up there battling for that last step on the podium with Shane and had his whoopsie, but now he's got clear as Scott. If he can just sort of, knuckle down a little bit and hit his markers, he should be able to break in, some of that ground.
A guy we haven't really spoken about is doing a great job at the moment, P4, Anton De Pasquale. Kind of flying under the radar a little bit at the moment.
It might some way suit his driving style in a way, because he's a Formula Ford regular here in Australia, and it's good to see him up the pointy end of the field.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those things, you know, you watch them and they move around a lot, and you can see this car doing the same kind of thing. So he's doing a ripper job at the moment. Started out of P6, so he's flying on the radar for me personally. I wasn't keeping an eye on him. He's doing a fantastic job, but the front three have really just pulled away from him at the moment. They're in a league of their own.
Oh, Ben Cornett a little bit sideways. I'm just watching some of the driver chat. Ben's got time to lead this race, and he's still taking the mickey out of the draft, saying that it's a bit of a hindrance because Madison's right there just sucking up to that draft.
Yeah, as I was saying before, it's definitely proving to be a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Got Matthew Barron up the inside of David Hinkson now into turn 1. That is a great little corner to make a move on.
Yeah, it's all about getting your car in the right position. Getting that toe is a massive help. We've seen it all race long, and if you can get that toe and dive up the inside and pull it up in time, it's a great opportunity. Now this battle up towards the front, looks like Rens Brookman has gotten the better of Ben Rothberg at the moment, so that puts Ben back to 8th position. All a little bit sideways back there too, Ben, so but he's holding on to it.
Interesting now that George Maris has passed McLaughlin. He's already pulled about 2 seconds on him and is right on the back of Anton De Pasquale. A real shame that George had his little moment there, because he definitely could have been up there with those top 4. He gets in the draft now. He's gonna have a dive up the inside of turn 1. Job done.
Nice to work, just slowly picking them off, and the next one in his sights will be Ben Gisbergen. As we go to the replays, we see him. He'll tuck right up under for that draft and just nose it straight up the inside.
The only problem he's going to have now is trying to catch those front guys. I mean, he's definitely got the pace, but it'll happen very similar. He's going to have to hope they get into a bit of a battle and maybe slow each other up a little bit. As we're now halfway through the race, got Madison down all over the back of Ben Cornett still. These two having a great battle, and Van Gisbergen's just behind, you know, sort of watching, and there comes a bit of lap traffic up ahead as well. They've got Stamen Kovic, Jay Kennedy and Sean Kelly just up the road now.
We're hearing reports that Scotty McLaughlin may have had a bit of a moment.
There looks like one of the drivers watching these front guys come down the straight, and oh, Jay Kennedy's actually looped it in front of the leaders. Scary moment there for the front guys as Jay Kennedy goes around backwards at turn 1.
Yeah, he's definitely not having things his own way. We're going to check out a replay. He just gets sideways, and he's lucky not to get collected on that downhill slope. So up front, it's still Ben Cornett over Madison down, and then Shane Van Gisbergen, George Maris in 4th, Anton De Pasquale, your top 5.
And for those wondering, Justin Rugger is currently in 28th and a lap down, so man up a few more spots as when he got going, but it's going to be hard ass from there because all the other guys ahead of him now are on the lead lap.
Yeah, it definitely hurts his points tally coming into tonight. Obviously mixed results last night, but there's only one more race after tonight, so it's going to make things tough.
And how's this? Joshua Bumpton rather, having a ripper little battle with Richard Hampstead, but after being upside down and rolling along the fence a couple of times, he's up to P13. Well, stellar job to get that car fixed and get back out there and move his way through the field, because after being upside down and rolling 3 or 4 times, you would not have thought that that'd be possible. But I guess that's why he's got the number 1 on his car this weekend. So,
and he's going to get a nice little draft and a toe here, so hopefully he can pick off one more position as we come up the front straight. That's exactly what he does. Gets up the inside. And he'll hit his braking marker. Nice job. So that's one more. A brilliant job. Oh, sideways on exit though. Definitely working for it, but geez, it'd almost be drive of the race, wouldn't it, when you see what he was involved in on lap 1, and yeah, he was up there in the points. And
Go further up the field now with Renz Brookman and Benjamin Rothberg having a battle. But Ren's going to try and go around the outside, no. I'll tell you what, these guys are sliding a lot through some of these corners, and Ren's now is going to have the inside line. It's a nose up there. Going to be on the outside again now though, a little bit too wide to get that job done. And look at how far, I'm just looking at George Maris, who passed Scott McLaughlin a couple laps ago, has just absolutely driven away from him. The gap's got to be almost out to about 10 seconds.
yeah, 26.5 to McLaughlin's 28.0, so definitely got pace on board George Maris.
Makes you wonder if Scott maybe got a little bit of damage in the opening laps and chose not to pit in fear of dropping back. And looking at the front wing, actually, it is a little bit bent.
So the lap slowly dwindling away, lap 13 of 18, and we've got a 3-car train. We've got Ben Rothberg who's got past Collins, is that right? Muggo past Collins, we're hearing. And Muggo just slowly picking him off. He's on target for a decent result, you know, maybe even a top 10 here.
If he gets into the top 10 after barrel rolling on the first corner, that is just going to be an amazing effort.
Heating up here, Scott McLaughlin, Ben Rothberg, Renz Brookman.
Mitchell Abrill's just behind them as well.
Oh, look at these things move around.
Oh, McLaughlin sideways.
Oh!
Look at this,
Oh.
Mitchell Abrill around the outside. Sitting back there just watching it all. Now is going to get past Renz, it looks like.
Yeah,
Move
Renz,
up into P8.
Renz got caught with the under and over. So Mitchell Abrill will pick off a position there, but Ben Rothberg sliding all around the back of Scott McLaughlin. And this works nicely for Chris Osborne. He's sitting back in P10, seeing all this unfold in front of him. He can make up 4 positions if these guys all come together.
And even better, Joshua Muggleson is sitting back there, reeling them in. He can see they're in view now as well, so there's still another couple more laps to go. If he can catch them, that's 4 or 5 more positions if he can pass them.
Yeah, Rothberg, he's tucked right up the inside, behind McLaughlin. He's going to try around the outside. McLaughlin will hold his line. And Renz is having to go back there as well. So much action on track. Rothberg can't get the job done around the outside. Oh, now he's got position though, doesn't want to make contact. Gets out of it. Great bit of driving between these two.
Watch Abrill now. Abrill's got the run off the corner and is actually going to pull on the outside of Rothberg, it looks like.
You watch
He's
Renz.
he's
Renz
in the
will get the
toe.
draft.
They're going to be 3 wide.
Renz is going to go up the inside. No, he thinks better of it. This is brilliant. Rothberg still all over the back of McLaughlin, but Mitchell Abrill having to fight off Renz Brookman to try and make up spots at the same time.
And Christopher Osborne is almost in touching distance now. Ren's now sideways. This is about to become a 5-way battle, as if 4 wasn't enough.
Oh, so much action. These cars squirming around. These guys have probably gone past their use-by date with the tyres, but now we've got Rothberg all over the back of Scott McLaughlin. These cars probably aren't behaving exactly the way they'd like, and you know, they obviously didn't have too much time to spend in practice getting used to these cars, but they're doing a great job, and the racing back here is sensational.
Yeah, look at this. Christopher Osborne now will be in the draft of Ren's this lap, so next time by, we're going to have a 5-way battle for this position here, P6.
While that's all going on, we've still got the battle up front. Ben Cornett up in first. Shane Van Gisbergen has picked off Madison down. And Shane looking like he's pretty keen to get the job done on Ben Cornett, so this race is far from over. So much action. I mean, we really need split screens. There's so much action. This battle up front for first, second, third, and then that battle for sixth, seventh, eighth.
Oh, McLaughlin is... Oh, big moment for McLaughlin. He's in the fence and gone around. Oh, it's all come to an end after a fantastic run there.
Oh, what happened there? We're going to have to go to a replay and see exactly what happened. Disappointing for Scott McLaughlin running in P6.
He's trying to
has
duck
put him
out. Looks like he's trying to duck out of the draft, having got the inside, but as he's hit the brakes, Carlos has absolutely lost control and pitched him into the fence, big time.
Well, that's another spot that Josh Muggleton will be pretty happy to pick up. So that now puts him into P10.
And look at Muggleton. Look who's just ahead of him. And he's like about a second and a half quicker than that little group. If he could just get close enough to catch that draft of Osborne, he'll be right on them.
Now they've battled back up front. It's hard to look away. Ben Cornett versus Shane Van Gisbergen. Madison's down just dropped off a little bit from these guys, but might be happy to just see if these guys battle it out and if they make a silly mistake. Oh, look at Shane. Shane trying to get the job done.
Tell you what, I thought Shane went in deep there, then I saw Cornett break even later. These guys are absolutely on the limit. Amazing to see too, the little practice time they had. They're driving the wheels off these cars. And they've got to pick up ahead as well. Looks like Rob Leety, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I know you got props for saying it right yesterday, Sam, man. And oh, he's actually gone around in front of the leaders. Oh good, he's managed to get off onto the grass. Might have put the curse on him while I was talking about him.
So it's Ben Cornett over Shane Van Gisbergen, Madison down in third, George Maris fourth, Anton De Pasquale in fifth, Benjamin Rothberg in sixth, Mitchell Abril seventh, Renz Brooklyn eighth, Christopher Osborne ninth, and Josh Muggleton, who's right on the back of Osborne now, is in P10. So, wow, Muggo's pretty keen to get a couple more spots before this is over. Well, we've got 2 laps to go.
I was about to say, he's actually on them now. What a fantastic driver. We know they've got quick toes, so these cars can get repaired pretty quickly, but he still had to come through all those drivers, and he's back into the 10, and you know, you'd have to say with the pace he's got at the moment, he's going to be able to pick off at least 1 or 2 more of these guys.
Well, last lap round, Muggo was a second quicker than Osborne, so you know his pace is there, and he's really doing a good job picking them off one by one.
He's just got to try and get close enough. Ooh. One of the lapped cars up ahead there, just getting out of the way.
So Ben Cornett has only got a lap and a half to go. Can he hold off Shane Van Gisbergen? Ben's been very pacey at this circuit all night long. He was quick in practice, quick in qualifying, and doing the business up front, but he's really going to have to earn it. He's got 2 of the best drivers behind him with Shane Van Gisbergen and Madison down, and it's going to be a ripper of a battle with only a lap and a quarter to go.
Yeah, when we come to the line to the last lap, and you know, do you think any of these guys are going to chuck it up the inside and go for a big dive, or they're happy in the positions they've got? Oh, Shane Gisbergen sideways.
That's what I was going to say. If he could get a good run out of there and get that slipstream, that could have been a real good move into turn 1. But it's not over. If he's close enough at the end of the lap, it could be a drag race to the finish line.
Who's your money on out of these 3 at the moment, though, Sam, man?
Oh, I'm going to have to say Ben. I want track position. If it was me, I'd want that track position. So looks like Van Gisbergen's moving around a little bit with tyres, and he's now got his mirrors full with Madison down behind him.
Yeah, I got to say, my money's on 5-time Madison here to sit back and just hopefully these 2 come together, and you know, sitting in third might not be the worst thing that's happened to him all night right now.
Oh, he's having a look, just moving around in the mirrors of Shane Van Gisbergen. So great battle. I know there's so many good battles up front. So many.
Bloke billowing off the tyres there of Ben Cornett. Got about a half a lap to run. Van Gisbergen's...
Oh, Ben sideways! He holds on to it. Talk about pressure. He's got Shane Van Gisbergen, Madison down, breathing right down his neck. Just under half a lap to go. Can he hold on?
He has got a bit of air. Oh, Van Gisbergen, they're all just creeping sideways. These tyres look like they've absolutely had it. They've got a couple of corners now to run. Looks like Ben Cornett, he's just got to get a good run through this one up here, and he should be home safe. And Gisbergen's got to get the run of his life.
He wants a sniff of that draft. Has he got enough to get into that toe? Doesn't look like he'll be close enough. Ben will be definitely be looking at his mirrors. But Ben, it looks like, will hold on. 18 laps around Interlagos. He will take him to the line. It's Ben Cornett over Shane Van Gisbergen, Madison down, and George Maris and Anton De Pasquale for your top 5. Although I shouldn't say that, it's not over.
What a race it's been as well. Actually, Sean Kelly's lap down. I've got a bit bit confused there, thinking Kelly was out of Deepa Squally, but what an amazing race. It has to be one of the best shows we've seen for all of race championship. Josh Muggleton has moved up through the field after being upside down and barrel rolling down the straight, and has crossed the line to finish in P8, I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's got to be drive of the night, to have those dramas and be in contention. And he's looked like his night was over, but to fight back to P8, that's got to be a win for him. Fantastic stuff. We said this race was going to be interesting with 39 cars barreling into turn one. I don't think we were prepared for what we saw, but great racing action.
If that wasn't one of the best races you've ever seen, then, oh man, that was absolutely crazy. Whether you were battling for first, 6th or 20th, that was just absolutely insane.
We'll quickly shoot through the order. It was Ben Cornett, an amazing driver, and Interlagos over Shane Van Gisbergen, Madison Down, George Maris, Anton De Pasquale. That's your top 5. Ben Rothberg in 6th, Mitchell Abril 7th, Josh Muggleton in 8th. Brilliant drive. It's got to be drive of, it's almost drive of Race of Champions 3, isn't it? Because that was such a brilliant comeback. Rens Brookman, I'll say it sooner or later, is in P9. Chris Osborne in P10. We go over the page. It's Richard Hampstead 11th, Matty Barron in 12th, Samuel Collins 13th, Andrew Carl in 14th. Scott McLaughlin had all those dramas, ran up front, finished in P15. Simon Black 16th, David Hingston 17th, John O'Barry 18th, Cal Watmore 19th, and Sean Kelly in 20th. The list goes on, folks. It's Damien Butler 21st, Clayton Brooks 22nd, Nathan Britton 23rd, Justin Ruggier. Unfortunate incident for Justin getting caught up in turn 1. Finished a lap down and finished in 24th position, so it's going to hurt him in the points. James Stevenson 25th, Richard Stanovic in 26th. It's Marty Atkins 27th, Michael Karloff in 28th, Rob Leet 29th, and Corey Osborne in P30. Going through the rest of the field, John Latham over Desert Helland, Guy Leach, Jay Kennedy coming home in 34th position, Stuart Wood, Matthew Nethercote, Scott Fontaine, Chris Tarrant, and Reece Gardner in 39th position. Wow, that race had everything, didn't it, mate?
And a little bit more. We've got one more to go, and it's this next track I'm looking forward to. It's going to be so tight and in a lovely car as well. So make sure you guys stick around for that one.
Now we'll see. We've got Jay Kennedy joining us online. Jay, you there, mate?
There you go, you guys.
How was your race, mate? Mixed emotions?
Terrible. I was actually doing really well and just had a brain fart twice at the same spot, turn 4, and looped it around and got cleaned up by Scott Fontaine and got a massive bit of airtime. So that was rather fun. And a couple of laps later, I lost it just coming out of turn 4 and into the fence and lost the nose cone off it.
And someone else,
good fun though.
Someone else who had a heartbreaking night, Justin Ruggier. Justin, you can hear us, mate?
I sure can. You're not going to believe what happened to me though. It wasn't funny at the time, but it is now. I went into turn 1 and my steering wheel fell off my seam and it was in my lap. So.
Oh no!
So I couldn't hold on to it obviously and looped it. By the time I put my wheel back on and screwed it down and got going again, my car was heavily damaged. I didn't even know who I ran into, so massive apologies. I just when I went into that turn, I just grabbed the wheel way too hard and ripped it right off.
Oh no!
As you know, the G27's only got the two screws, but they're pretty solid. They're not. You know what it's like, so yeah, real big disappointment.
Heartbreaking stuff, mate. We saw you slowly making your way back to the pits. Is that because you had so much damage you couldn't get back quicker? Because that's what eventually got you a lap down.
Yeah, the car was wheel spinning the whole way around the track. It was seemed to be either I had a flat tire or something, so it was just pretty much scraped on the ground, and I was trying so hard to get back to the pits so I wouldn't go a lap down. And then even when we were racing, then I felt pretty bad, sort of, trying to come through and not interrupt anyone's race. But when I seen Muggo and Richard and all them guys, I just let them through and try to regain as many positions as I could.
Well, mate, still one more to go. we've got, let's check the sheets. We've still got the race 4's McLaren at Sebring Club, mate. So fingers crossed you can have a better result. Make sure you tighten up that steering wheel, eh?
Yeah, might put some more G clamps on this thing, I think.
Get some
Just to be
super glue
safe.
out, mate.
Yeah, some Loctite. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, mate. We're going to take this short break before we head for race 4, Race of Champions 3. It's day 2, and it's got the McLaren at Sebring Club, 28 laps, which will include a pit stop. But your winner for race 3 at Interlagos was Ben Cornett.